What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to episode 48 of the Ketchup podcast. Coachella Registry. We up in this mud. This is Lofton, your host, aka Mr. Hayes Adonis. And we got my co-host, Rajim in the building.
What's up, Mr. Used to make it happen?
I'm Mr. Used to make it happen. And back from saying a little traveling, call her Miss U-Haul, the mover and shaker of the whole group. You know what I'm saying? We got Aaliyah in the building.
Hey y'all.
Let's go.
What's up? Yeah, we back. We took last week off. We trying to give everybody, Palm Sunday, Good Friday and Easter. Let everybody, find the eggs, see the bunnies, do all that good stuff with their family. But now we back, so we allow some news to gather and do all that good stuff that it normally does. So we got little things on the platter. First we want to start off like, hey, Roz, man, how was your time off? How was the week?
It wasn't no time off. That's the problem.
All right.
Man,
Amen.
bro, when I tell you, man, first of all, this weekend was the best weekend ever because I didn't have I canceled all bounce houses accountable. If you had a bounce house event this weekend, your ass
you was just sad.
Yeah, you just ass out. You know what I'm saying? You won't be bouncing this damn weekend. So shit, I canceled all that shit. I'm like, bro, I'm going straight gaming trucks from here on out. This is some bullshit.
There you go.
Hey, bro, real. So another thing that happened this week. So did you know? And Aaliyah's not gonna know this, but she might, because she, what I'm saying, did you know they got boxes now to separate your balls?
Yeah. The wife has purchased me a few of them, and all that.
This is some bullshit. I was like, what just happened? Like, why I'm in Walmart looking at ball spreaders?
Hey man,
I was like,
2022, man, 23.
Separate your balls. I'm
it's
like,
the future.
I didn't know.
The future.
I didn't know until I put them on. I needed them. Oh shit!
They're cool and comfortable.
These are comfortable as shit. I'm like, damn, I got ball spreaders.
The Ketchup podcast is brought to you by Let's Get It Ball Spreaders. Coming soon. Get them. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now. Let's get them.
Get your balls spreaders. I didn't know, but look. I call them divorce draws. They just separated the balls. Divorce draws.
Wow.
Well, we gonna look. Hold up, man. We gonna move on from the ball sweaters. And Aaliyah, how was your week? Let's see if you can top that.
I can't. I can't. I mean, I can't. It's been a busy week. Like y'all know, I've been moving between states. Had a few interviews, got offered the position. I got a few interviews coming up. I'm actually moving into my new place this weekend.
Okay, let's go.
When I say and I got a catering gig, cousin birthday party. Like it's just.
Hey,
when is the
jobs on jobs?
Look,
stacking them jobs.
Social life all busy.
You want to do bounce houses?
No,
you got something for sale?
No.
Yeah, I got some shit for sale right now.
I don't think them ball spreaders come in my size. So.
Well, hey, I can't top either one of those. So this week been busy for me. Just been doing some, so we had some exercises and stuff going on at work. So trying to make the world a better place as much as I possibly can. And the daughter came through again. Okay. So she was out for she came through on Easter, still with us, and then she ended up coming back again because she got her wisdom teeth taken out. So then she was up here because Jen, Jen works in the dentistry world. So she helped her out and got all four taken out. So then we was nursing the baby. So she was curled up in the bed with all the narcotics.
Don't do my Nelly belly like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it was good though. It was good to have her in the house. It was nice. So she left earlier today and headed back and got back home safely. So it was cool. We had a kid in the house the last weekend. So it was nice. It was nice. you know. So hopefully everybody had a wonderful Easter. You know what I'm saying? I know you had a grandkid, you know, maybe you picked her up and act like she was finding eggs or something. I don't know. Whatever was happening with that.
She almost grown now.
Everybody get a job. You like, you better put some money. Put some money on this rent.
Mobile, dog. Like she was just a preemie. Now she mobile. She moving like from room to room. Like she
lock them joints up, man.
Like, what?
You know what I'm saying? Lock them up.
Slow down.
Well, we done got through that portion, so you know we about to start one of my favorites. Yours and mine is the drink of the day. Woo! Get your drink. All right, so I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna start it off real fast. You know, go ahead.
I noticed that you had your LGI shirt on. I would just like to say that I didn't get I still waiting on my drink of the day t-shirt, and that's all I had to do.
Didn't you get LGI shirts?
I did. I'm talking about
LGI shirts.
T-shirts.
We getting it. So drink of the day brought to you this week by Let's Get It Fitness right now. We about to get Let's Get Fitness.
Y'all was representing. I would have put I can't because they packed up somewhere.
It's packed up. But we knew that. We knew it was in the 8th box underneath the 4th box.
They are
underneath the 7th box. We knew that. So we good.
They are. I ain't had no shoes on in the whole week. That's okay.
She said she had no shoes on in the week.
Out there. No shoes, free ball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ball separation.
Well, you know, go ahead with the drink of the day. I'm gonna start it out. It was one of my favorites when I went on a little honeymoon deal. We were in Jamaica, got Appleton Estates. So doing a little, Jamaican rum, little cocoa top of it. So I'm gonna keep it real simple like that. And Aaliyah, you're next. I'm gonna go ahead and pour mine up and get to drink it.
All right. Well, today I am drinking on. First of all, I don't want to hear your shit, Roz. So
it's coming.
I want to hear your shit. So I got a little bit of Kettle One. I'm drinking a sort of mule. A sort of mule.
You got the mule apparatus too. That's right. I need to get me one of them.
I've never seen a mule cup that damn big.
First of all, mind the business. Second of all,
kettle.
That's a mule kettle.
So basically, I got Kettle in here. I got a lemongrass simple syrup and ginger beer. So
okay, let's go.
Ginger beer extra. I like the real, got that punch of ginger. So
I'm gonna bring me a mule on the show one of these days. Let's get it. All right. Come on, Ross. Talk to me. What you got?
Hey, dog. Hey, I went straight hood today, man. So so I
found a Mag Dog 2020.
Some Hennessy.
No. So listen. Fun fact. I didn't know. So the Yeti tumblers?
Yeah.
You could literally pour a whole bottle of wine in this bit.
Yes.
The whole bottle.
She did that.
Man. So I got a whole bottle of wine in this damn
What kind of wine?
I got Stella Black, Stella Rose Black.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't pronounce. I don't drink shit. I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce those. Réjazon and shit. So I just
you was speaking French last time. You know what I'm saying? You got some.
That Bijon on that.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna bring you up to speed because I'm gonna let you're gonna have to let go of that Stella. I can't keep you on that level.
Hey, it was $10. Get off.
Precisely why you're not gonna be drinking that no more.
But I drink it in a Yeti cup.
That sounds like that sounds like a Yeti cup type of beverage.
Hey, for all our viewers, go get you a Yeti and a bottle of wine, fill it up to the rim.
Put some ice in it. Just if you're gonna do it, just do it all the way.
Honestly, why y'all tripping? There's this thing on. No. For real, there's this thing on Amazon that you can put on like regular tumblers, but because a lot of folks go into the state, they'll allow them in the stadiums at work and everything like that. I mean, if you so choose, but it's a false top. So you can put you like 2-3 ounces of liquor in it. Like it's a shot, like you know what I mean? You can put you some liquor in the top. And it sits on top of your regular tumbler. Yeah,
I see what you investing in. I see what you investing in. Next will be up the LGI hidden shot on top of the thing.
Hey, I'm like this. There we go. Hey, if they can drink a box of wine, I can drink a tumbler of wine.
Now, if you would have got that out the box, if you would have got that out the box and then put it in the Yeti, like that's over the top.
I would have changed the game. I would have had to buy me a trailer.
You drink wine out of the box?
No, I say they can drink wine out of the box. Okay. I can drink one out of the tumbler.
There you go.
I mean, I would prefer you drink wine out of a tumbler because if you're drinking wine out of the box, please don't come to my house. Ever.
But I'm telling what I am saying is, if I buy me a box of wine, I'm getting me a trailer.
There you go.
And a hound dog.
You might as well. You might as well because box.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta change my name to King.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, you gotta.
But we gonna keep it pushing. Everybody out there, make sure you know what I'm saying. Either you get you a box of wine with it, a Yeti of wine, a glass of wine. Get you a giant kettle for your mule. You have a little regular glass for a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else got the super size version. I just brought a regular drink. So
she literally just came from goddamn Game of Thrones and some shit.
First of all, sir,
like she's a Targaryen.
Here's everybody out there.
She drinking like she's a Targaryen.
Out there. Cheers to everybody out there. Thank you for drinking with us. I gotta wrangle these fools over here, but they're wilding out. We gonna keep it pushing because it's about that time for a little news we got popping off right now. So now it's time for the news of the week. And we are going to keep it riding. First thing up on the news of the week, we got Jaime Foxx health.
Yeah.
Jaime Foxx, man. We out here praying for this dude right now. I've seen things where they've said it's possibly a heart attack. I've seen things where it says possibly a stroke. But his daughter had put something out on Instagram, talking about that he had been hospitalized. He's still under observation as of the last thing I checked. I guess getting a little bit better and whatnot, and they're still trying to figure out what was going on with him. So you got, Jaime Foxx. Everybody out there should know who this is. That's that guy. Django. That's that Ray. That's that law-abiding citizen. Collateral. Great movies that he's done. Has great albums. So he's been in collaborations with Kanye and Twister and things of that nature. So please say a prayer for the man Jaime Foxx out there. He's one of our leading Black actors, great comedian, probably one of the most talented people. I say as a Black actor, I mean actors in general, probably one of the most talented people. He can literally go into any genre and be that guy. He's done dramas, he's done actions, he's straight out of Living Color. Like he could do anything and everything. Any words from you, Paz, about Jaime Foxx and everything?
My bad.
Sorry, I got
to do that all the time. I'm back. So yeah, so it's sad to see, people, going through stuff or whatever. We don't really know what happened to the man, but it makes you realize that everybody's human. That's the biggest thing. We all human, no matter if we're celebrities, millionaires, or we common folk. We are human. We go through stuff or whatever. And every time we lose somebody, every time somebody gets a health issue that we see in the news or whatever, it just shows us that, everybody's still human. They put their pants on the same way. Prayers up to him and his family. Hope he's all right. It seems like he'd be in really good shape, regardless of his age. Jaime Foxx has always really been in really good shape or whatever. And a lot of times, an old guy told me one time, man, pressure bust pipes. You know, and what that means is just stress. He could be under, when he got a lot. He a singer, actor, all around just artistic person, and I'm pretty sure that comes with a lot of stress. So, like you said, pressure bust pipes. Try to find this for everybody. Find a time to relax, unwind, detox. We got to detox.
Yeah,
we got to detox.
As we detox, well, we kind of did the opposite.
Yeah.
But right now.
So
as we're drinking liquor.
Yeah, just right now we're doing the opposite. Yeah. But take care of yourself. That's what we're trying to say.
Detox or intox, either way. Get your
take care
on.
Yeah. Take care of yourself. So
yeah, no doubt.
So Aaliyah, you have any words, any perspective
on this? Well, to piggyback off of what Ross said, an old man once told me, pressure bust makes diamonds. So
I need an old man to tell me so.
Old man has been a ball separators.
I would say it like this. You are correct in saying that, with him being, we don't know what happened. We don't know what the schedule is. We are, all of us are human. At least most of us should be, but all of us are human. And you do have to take the time. You cannot go 24/7. I'm assuming that it was an instance in where he's like 50, 55 years old, like somewhere in your age. So maybe he should have.
He out here just throwing darts. You need to get some sleep.
He's been weak.
He out here throwing
target.
Yeah. I shoot back, right?
Really, stuff like this. No, honestly, really and truly, when I see stuff like this, it really drives home the point of I need everybody to understand that you pay into the universal health system. Use it. If you have a pain, you have an ache, you literally pay to make a doctor take time to schedule you an appointment. Schedule your appointments, do your yearly exams, do your annual exams, do your checkups as you need them. I know, first and foremost, if somebody told me I had to need the colonoscopy, I see y'all motherfuckers when I'm on the damn table, but at the end of the day, it's a necessity. You know what I mean? You have to go and get it done. Like, what's his name? Chadwick Boseman found out he had colon cancer when he was in stage 3. That meant there was something going on in the preventative stage, then stage 1, then stage 2, and then it got to the point where he was so jacked up, I need to go to the doctor for them to tell him it's stage 3, it's stage 4. So go to your checkups, go to your doctors, stop being so, I don't want nobody touching me, I don't want nobody, I get it, I understand it, but at the end of the day, I need y'all to y'all being men in general, but also people in general. You have families. Have families. You pay for it. Ain't no way I'm paying for healthcare services and not using it. So that's that.
Hey, before you go ahead. I was gonna say, and it's, the culture, and I want to say this specifically to Black men. We have to get past our macho culture. Like I consider myself 120% man, regardless of what Aaliyah say. I'm still 120%.
Maybe 85, but it's cool.
Yeah, I'm
you drinking Stella Rosa, but
so
whatever.
I did. Hey, that's because I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, so a couple years ago, I had what is it? The colon cleansing.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The cleanse. And
you got the cleanse on it.
Yeah. So and believe me, it wasn't the most comfortable situation. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the most comfortable. Maybe for her, but it wasn't for me. Like, I don't know what you do in your spare time, but it wasn't no comfortable situation. You know what I'm saying? Put it like this: me and the lady that did it go together now because we're in a relationship. This is bullshit. Like, yeah, we're in a damn relationship. If you
I get it.
Me, we go together. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I had to put. But I was going through, like, as a diabetic, I was going through it at the time, and I wasn't really diagnosed at that time, so I didn't know what was going on in my body. So, you know, and my uncle had just died from he had a bowel what is it called eruption or whatever, obstruction or whatever, and it tore. So he ended up getting he ended up getting sepsis. Sepsis. Yeah, and he ended up dying, like, and he was fine one day to the next, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, you have, so that scared me enough to say, let me go, you know, start going through the motions, cleanse my body, do this, do that, go to my doctor, you know, put all the macho stuff. And it's funny because I did it, and about a week or two later, some other people did it. Some other, you know, fellas. They was like, bro, how was it, man? I need to do that shit too, but man, blah, blah. Like, bro, it's invasive. You know what I'm saying? It's invasive like a motherfucker.
You said a straight face, like, it's invasive. Like, that's what it's gonna be. Huh? You're gonna be invasive.
It's invasive like a motherfucker. But
she ain't no stranger after this. I mean, I'm just saying.
So like, I'm buying your ass dinner. We go together. It's some bullshit. Like I know you work here, but I don't give a shit. Tell your husband we go together because you just violated me, or you will catch a charge. Either way,
it's going down. One way or the other.
One way or another. But anyway, I to say this: the macho-ness and the pride to the side. Pride is not going to keep you in good health. You know what I'm saying? And like she was saying, you got family. We got to take care of our kids. We got to be there to walk our kids down the aisle and that type of stuff to move forward. You know, so, and our generation, our culture, you know, we have to learn how to get checked up. Like you said, be okay with getting checked up. Be okay with not being okay. And you know what I'm saying? Be okay with not being, and that's mental health, physically, and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. I mean, it's so, for the weird thing is, like you said, a lot of us, a lot of Black people, but Black men in particular, will die from preventative diseases, colon cancer being number one. I heard you say you were diabetic. Diabetes is one of those things where, you know, there are issues that you don't go get checked out prior to knowing that prior to being diagnosed as being diabetic. You probably had an influx in urination, but then you go to the bathroom and there's nothing coming out. You know, you probably had an increase in thirst. You had weight gain or weight loss. There's so many factors that were not normal. And then you were like, I need to go to the doctor because I'm tired of feeling like I'm not okay. And then when you get there, you're type 2, type 1, or you're type 1 diabetic, type 2 diabetic, you have colon cancer, you have you have heart disease. There's so many different things. And I'm like, literally, go get your health check. Why are you paying into a health system and you're not using it? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't care if I got the common cold. I'm going to my doctor. Bitch, you gonna see me today. Like, I don't care. What's your
you don't want to wait until you don't want to wait until it's a life altering situation.
Exactly.
Before you do that. So make sure everybody out there, you know, not to get off topic, but make sure that you get checked out, get your body checked, get healthy. Move around a little bit, take some walks, you know what I'm saying? Just do the little things that it's the littlest things that can really help you out on your daily actions that can help out your health. So eat a little salad every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? A little greens, some spinach is out there.
They said get you a glass of red wine.
A Yeti of wine. Get you a Yeti, get you a whole Yeti, a full
some water.
Yeti of wine. have some water on the side with the Yeti of wine. But get you a Yeti of wine. So we gonna keep it pushing.
Yeti of wine.
We gonna keep it moving. Oh, hail the queen! The queen is here. Queen Latifah becomes the first female rapper to join the National Recording Registry. I got a couple questions for you. Are you surprised that she's the first one, and she's the first one to be selected? And then who do you think should be next in this month? She was. I was going to read this real quick for you. Queen Latifah became the first female hip hop artist to join the National Recording Registry with the induction of her debut album, All Hail the Queen. So this was announced on the 12th. Other people that were inductees this go round were Madonna, like Virgin, Mariah Carey, classic holiday song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Daddy Yankees 2004 hit Gasolina. And Super Mario Brothers theme song. So the Super Mario Brothers theme song also made it in there. So like I said, question wise, what do you think about that? Is it interesting that Queen Latifah becomes the first one? Were you surprised by her being the first one, Rosine?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I love Queen Latifah. You know, I really do. You know, but I do think there are so many other writers, female writers, from that perspective that, you know, and I don't know if it's because she's a legend, you know, a legendary artist. I don't know, you know, and I know, and I'm not gonna take anything away from her because, like I said, she has done so many good things, you know. But like I said, I would expect somebody like, well, maybe Missy Elliott, you know, so many other writers, you know, even Mariah Carey's a writer, you know, so I don't know. Beyonce's a writer, you know, so I don't know. There's so many other writers, you know, I felt like would have, you know, would have been a better choice, I guess I'll say. Yeah.
All right. So Aaliyah, what do you think about Queen Latifah, All Hail the Queen, being the first one female hip hop artist to get into the National Registry?
I am surprised that she's the first female. When I say I'm surprised she's the first female artist, I'm surprised that she's the first female artist who recently got in there. You know what I mean? Like the album you're speaking about is what, 30, 35 years old? So
the Queen.
Yeah. Exactly. So what was y'all waiting on at this point?
Yeah.
You know?
True.
And if she's the first female rapper getting inducted, then that means that there's some other rapper who has been inducted. Yeah. What was the distinction? What was the criteria in entry that it took y'all 35, 40 years to allow her in? You know, and I say that to say there are a lot of great writers. There are a lot of, I'm like, when I hear stuff like that, I feel like racism does play a factor in these things. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's no rhyme or reason why it should have taken her 35, 40 years to get inducted. It's not like that album is selling any, you know what I mean? Nobody's buying a Queen Latifah album right now. You know what I mean? So what was the criteria of selection? I'm glad she's made it. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for everyone else that has made it. There should be how do you say, equal footing in the selection process. There should be a great balance of something.
Well, let me give you a little breakdown because they gave a little something on here. So their criteria was under the terms of the National Recording Preservation Act. So this is what this was going into, the National Recording Registry. So under the terms of the National Recording Preservation Act of 2000. So this is just of 2000. The Library of Congress chooses 25 titles each year that are culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant and are at least 10 years old. So in that situation, I'm just saying in that situation, you have
even given those circumstances, What is the selection? I hear what they're saying, but how do you choose Queen Latifah's album? You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, then Nicki Minaj qualifies. If that's the case, then
well, I mean,
Cardi
now
B.
she would. But you also said it also had a situation of culturally, historically, and aesthetically. So I look.
What's aesthetic?
I look at Queen Latifah's album, and especially a lot of the albums that were going to be 80s, 90s time frame were very political, right? So I feel like they have more of a historical substance. It was a changing. It was moving a culture forward. Now, Nicki Minaj, give me the political stand that Nicki Minaj is dropping. Give me the political. I don't think she
has, but when you,
that's what I'm saying.
But your criteria was culturally, whatever the other one was, historically, and then aesthetically. So, not saying that she's making some political movement, just saying that culturally. Nicki Minaj, given the criteria, she was significant for the culture. Given the criteria, historically, she went double, triple platinum.
True.
Given the criteria, aesthetically, now everybody got BBLs and shit. But you know what I mean? It's a thing.
It's a thing. True. That means
same with Kim. What's her name?
Like I look at determining what's in there now. I don't know the registry. I don't have the registry. But looking at what's in there right now, could be albums, people, songs from the 70s and 80s that still aren't in there. So that's a thing. It's down the line. I feel like it's down the line. It's a situation of like, these people are putting in things from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. There's a progression probably of the situation.
My hope is that my honestly, really and truly, my hope is that it is a universal thing, meaning you're not looking at one genre, you're not looking at one race. I don't want to hear shit about Elvis. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear shit about Elvis.
For sure.
So my question,
but what I'm saying, I don't want to hear shit about Elvis right now that you're I hope that they are correcting, meaning that all of the things that was blocked because of racial issues, I hope that they're moving that forward. All of the people who definitely deserve to be in this category registry, I hope that they're moving that forward based off of the criteria and based off of their merit. I really hope that that's happening. But when I hear something like I said, you're talking about something that's not even selling records. When was the last time anybody in the world has brought a Queen Latifah album? You know what I mean? It's just I'm hoping that this is I'm really, 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 really hopeful that we're moving in a direction that we are recognizing artists and for what they have already done and should have gotten awards for or accolades for. I'm really hoping that that's the case. And it's not one of these things where we just want to sprinkle in a few, black folks to get other people interested in what we got going on over here. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if a lot of people are walking into the Library of Congress like, yo, let me get that Queen Latifah joint. Let me check them out. You know what I'm saying? So I think you may be, it's a situation of nationally, or for history in 1,000 years from now. You'd be like, hey, man, Queen Latifah was significant. Go ahead, Ross. Talk.
First of all, when we come to Congress, Kanye done been to the White House a couple times. So that don't really, what I'm saying? They let anybody.
It's a library, Doug. Like, not actual Congress.
Leave my cousin alone. Leave my cousin alone.
The significance is this. It's like, why are we, as a culture and for artists, why is there such a need to be accepted from a culture who doesn't understand the culture anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand. If you're in a culture that doesn't understand this culture, of course Queen Latifah is gonna be your pick. She the equalizer. God damn it. Who else you gonna
She's
pick?
Safe.
And then yes, she the safe.
Are you sure?
She the safe bet. Yeah, she's
safe.
Are you sure Queen Latifah's safe?
Yeah,
she's considered safe now.
Hey,
Safe.
yeah, because you can't be in the library talking about I'm FREE. No, you can't do that.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said. Yeah,
I mean, my whole thing is like I'm just trying to understand. Like I'm trying to understand in that situation. Like I'm trying to understand like the significance of that's like saying come on ride this train. You feel like come on ride this train should be the National Registry.
Don't
you know, doing the butt. Doing the butt being the registry. I mean, everybody know it. You could probably turn that on right now, and folks be like, "Oh shoot, doing the butt."
Yeah,
you can probably put that on the Old Navy commercial, and people.
But that's what, so I'm like, what? And as of a national registry, I look at it as a situation of what everybody had a what were those freaking things? The history joints must used to throw in the ground. Capsule, little time capsule joints that people will put in the ground so that you go, I'm putting this in the ground. So we're going to dig this up 30 years from now and see if anything is still significant, what is important, what is at the times right now. And that's how I look at the National Registry is like the time capsule of the United States. Like you're grabbing things and going.
But that's not for us though. It's never been for us. It's not. So we should have zero history of the culture anywhere within the United States. That's what you're saying. What I'm saying or we need to make our own registry. No, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we don't need to have a acceptance from something that wasn't made for us anyway. You know what I'm saying? Why should we worry about being accepted in something?
Nobody requested it. This wasn't a request. This was
no. I get what Ron's saying. What Ron is saying is you for lack of a better term, for white culture to finally accept what it is to be black or to accept things from black culture. You're doing it 25, 30, 35 years after the fact. He's saying, why is it significant now when it's been significant to us for years? You know what I mean? Like, why do we need to be accepted by the National Registry Archive, whatever the hell the name of it, recording archive, whatever it is? Why is it a need for us to be like, yay, Queen Latifah, that fucking album 35 years old. Why the fuck you ain't been do it? You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying. You know what I mean?
I don't know that one song on that album.
So unless it happens
I do.
Right then, unless it happens right then it's not significant.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're telling us you're doing something that should have taken place 10 years after the fact. Right.
Okay. So the thing is that they created this situation in 2000. So her album was already past that. Then it had to be 10 years. Then they had to go back and put those.
No. What I'm saying is you had to create a law in order to get her to be in there. The thing is that shit didn't just pop up in 2000. It has been there since. Shit, so maybe the Library of Congress have been here. So
just like every other law of America that had a certain skew, and then they made an amendment, and now it has a full skew. This is no different than that. So then, do you apply that to every law that's been out there? You be like,
yeah, because it's like coming from me.
Why are you doing it now? I'm not gonna vote because now all of a sudden you gonna now let me vote. So forget voting. Like that's what now are you applying that to everything? That's what I'm saying.
But you can't apply to everything in real talk. That's
okay. So then we just go like
what I'm saying is the national recording archives has been around as long as recording artists have been around. Okay. So initially, correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all can go back, and fact check me. Initially, it's been one of those things where everybody who has had a significant year, everyone who has sold an album. When I say sold an album, you went gold, you went platinum. If you charted that year, if you've been a person who has been nominated for something, your your artistry, your shit went into these archives, right? Even if you've been nominated, your shit went into these archives. So my thing is, you're talking about something that has been around since, let's just say 1930. Something that has been around since 1930 has all of Elvis shit, even if it wasn't popular. Every album he's created, all these people, all these things, all of the shit, all of the recordings, all of the songs, right? That's back in 1930, 1940, 1950. Every single song. Now, you're telling me something came out in 1980. It might have been whatever the fucking year was, but 1980. Let's just say her album came out in 1980. You had to create a law in 2020, literally in 2020, just to put it in the archives. And then it took you another 2 or 3 years to say it's going to be Queen Latifah's album. That's bullshit.
I look at it like this. Just because I looked up the actual registry. So there's songs from the 1945, 1910, stuff like that that's going in right now. So these aren't like all of a sudden they're just now it's just starting in the 80s and moving forward. I look at it like this. It's the situation as you've got so many different albums, and when they create, I look at it like this: when they created the 2000 law, think about the music that's out now compared to the music that was just out when the digital age didn't begin.
Okay.
So you had a certain amount of music, right? There was only a certain amount that was coming out, right? Because you had to print CDs, or you had to make a record, or you had to do a tape. It was hard media. Now, 2000, guess what was happening? Napster, MP3s, boom, 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 right? And what we in right now? Saturation. So we got unlimited amount of music. A reason to make that law? Hey, 10 years, guess what? It has to be significant 10 years from now for us to actually mean something, because there's infinite. I can come out with an album, right? We can record this as an album. Like anything that's out. So much recording is out right now. It makes sense to me as of the law that it was created to the fact of just the digital age. It makes sense.
I believe
so it's a situation where
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like,
that's the way that I looked at it, because me and Roz talk about it like, man, if we would have had the digitalness that everybody has now to be able to put out something, it would be different. You may have reach. Your star may hit the sky and fizzle real quick, but guess what? You're gonna be able to touch 1 million, 2 million, 3 million people like that. That doesn't mean that the music is significant. That just means that it was popular. So for Queen Latifah's whole album, not just a song, but the whole album to get into the registry, I think it's significant, because they're saying that her album is a significant part of American history. That's how I look at it.
I get it, and I understand it. I just hate that it took so many years to recognize it. That's my thing. I hate that it's for when I say to recognize it, not saying us as Black people and us as a culture. I'm not saying, or in hip hop as a culture. I'm not saying that it took that long for us to recognize it. The fact for it to be significant, newsworthy, significant, because some random law happened, and then some random, you know what I mean?
I don't think
authority of what's important decided that, you know, her album was significant. I'm glad. I'm happy for. Excuse me. I hope that there are more. There's a deeper dive into Black culture and Black, because I'm waiting on the day T.I. get nominated. I'm waiting on the day Jeezy get nominated. I'm waiting on the day Jay-Z get nominated. And I say
Jay-Z on there.
Jay-Z been in it.
They were significant. I'm waiting on the day Beyonce get nominated. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm gonna give you some of them right now. Cooler the Gang's in there. You got Janet Jackson that's in there. You got, but this has been happening. So I'm just saying,
I'm really hoping that they're doing it based off of an actual metric. You know what I mean? And not based off of a bunch of white people are able to recognize who that is and what that is.
Somebody got to be able to recognize him. Go ahead, Roz. Like we ain't putting just randoms.
Yeah. So I guess because I lost my chain of thought, y'all don't went in.
Look, I tried, man. She blocked. She threw an elbow, everything, uppercut.
They didn't get Megan Thee Stallion on there. That's all I give a shit. Other than that, we good.
So you just saying?
I mean, trash, but okay.
Get Megan on there.
Give me the song. Give me the song that was significantly changed.
Body.
Ass, just ass.
That was significant.
Is that a song?
Honestly,
the song.
Ross, I don't know if you knew this, but I just seen Meg Thee Stallion with her first commercial. She's doing Revlon. Beyonce did
Revlon.
There's a few like not just hip hop, but R&B artists as Black women who've done Revlon, which is that's a big deal in that
no, hold up. My question is now based on your argument, is that a big deal? Or hey, why are we all hyped because they doing Revlon now? Revlon been out doing what they do.
Here's the thing.
A lot of Black women been doing Revlon though.
Who?
Should that be a big deal?
Who been doing Revlon?
Meg Stallion been doing Revlon.
No, she just started, honey. She just started.
I seen. Look, who signed her before? Because she's been with somebody.
No, she has not.
Yeah, I'm trying. Listen, I know my baby mama.
You be hunting her down.
Let me call her. Shit, y'all think
we about to get up. We about to get up off of this. This doesn't cause too much.
No, and I say that.
Wait a minute, I'm about to call.
No, I'm not going to say that's what deems her as culturally significant. It's not. What I'm saying is.
Hello. Oh, wrong. Oh, that's the wrong number. My bad.
Lies. So, what I'm saying is, what happens is, as people start becoming, when I say significant, I mean being something like hear me when I say this. White people are able to recognize Beyonce. She's an entertainer. White people are recognizing Meg Thee Stallion. Mm-hmm. Nobody knew who Meg Thee Stallion was when she was back at
all. I ain't know who she was either, and I'm Black. Right. She had to have something that had to be successful, which generated money for people to actually go. I want to see this person. So,
but here's the next step. Do how many of y'all listen to Lizzo music?
I listen to Lizzo. I like Lizzo.
You hear her songs. You like her. Have you downloaded her music?
No, I don't listen to Lizzo.
I got on my playlist.
Okay, so that being said, Lizzo in her own lane, she got a whole thing. She is culturally significant.
It's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Because she's scoped into her. She picked a lane that could make her famous for a certain type of people. And was like, hey, I'm going to corner the market on big girls. Bam! And she was like, I'm going to give and so that's
because that's universal. That's universal. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm hoping that they are selecting people who are their merits are worthy of national, international recognition as opposed to 80% of the white people in America know who she is, so we're just going to throw her in there. You know what I mean?
But we also have to be real in this situation because guess what? Black people are now third, guys. You understand that? We used to be second. We're now third. We're like 12.3% of the population. It's now Latinos. So the thing is that
it's Latinos and whites than us.
But I'm just saying, like the thing is that the people that need or to gain recognition, the point is having the majority.
Amen.
Know who you are. That is the point. Like
let me tell you something.
Us knowing who we are is cool. That's dope.
I'm Black.
But to be them famous, to be Meg Thee Stallion famous, to be Queen Latifah when she was on shows and everything, you gotta have the rest of America.
Amen.
Understand how would this show be better if we don't have the rest of America?
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ross.
First of all, I'm tell y'all something.
Tell
I know
me.
I'm black, but I identify as albino.
He said, "I'm trying to walk both sides of the line."
Damn Stella Rosa.
Hey man, we like this Queen Latifah. This Queen Latifah segment caused way more conversation than I ever thought it was. I thought this mother was gonna keep it riding. But it's good. No, it was good.
And the bad part about it is, this song we was talking about was Unity.
That's what I'm saying.
I am Unity. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from her. She definitely deserves that. I just hate I guess my point is, like, it takes somebody.
You don't want it to be a false gift. I understand what you mean.
Right. I don't want it to be 30, 40 years later that you're giving people their flowers like they didn't fucking deserve them 30 or 40 years ago.
I just look at it like this. The National Registry, I don't look at the National Registry being flowers, right? National Registry is just like saying, hey, this is what a stapler looked like back in the 1920s. We're going to put it in the time capsule. And that's what history looked like at that time. Your flowers is them checks you be getting. She be getting jobs. She can come out with a jazz album if she wants to. That's how famous she got. Her flowers. So, and everybody goes, Queen Latifah, you are fantastic. Like Queen Latifah, doing your. That's what I'm saying.
I got a question. I got a question. Because I've known Queen Latifah for most of my life, and I've never seen her with a. Do she got a man?
No, she's a lesbian. That's what I'm saying. There's no like. I don't understand how Queen Latifah is the like. Ooh, we're gonna lift her up because I'm like, all right, so she a lesbian, she a hip hop artist. Like the album was what you know what I'm saying. Like that album at the time was very
as a lesbian. Maybe she identified
she's married to a woman. Like she's married to a woman. I don't know what else.
Sure? Is she married or are they together?
Hey, look it up.
Set it off one time. Now you call her lesbian.
You mean look up her wife? I'm gonna get her wife. I'm gonna put her wife on the joint, man. Let me call her.
I hate it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You
set it off one time. Now you call her lesbian.
I got you. You know her partner is Ebony Nichols, so you can look it up for you.
Yeah, they've been together forever.
Oh, so there it is. That's what I'm saying.
I thought she was with the brat. My bad.
You know what I'm saying?
She was never with the brat.
With the brat. Oh. Everybody. The brat. No, that ain't it.
Like
all right, well, we're gonna keep it moving. At least for me, Queen Latifah, I appreciate what you did. And I'm glad that you got in there. I don't know about anybody else on there, but I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep it moving. Now we got Memphis basketball recruit Mikey Williams facing gun charges. Mikey Williams, an elite and popular basketball prospect who is set to attend Memphis next season, was arrested Thursday in San Diego on a charge of assault with a deadly weapon. There are multiple counts of assault with a deadly weapon against Williams, according to police documents. And talk to me. Like, you got these people that are, going in the right direction. Great things are going to happen for them in the future. Why are some of these situations happening to our young people, and how is this affecting our young people today? Talk to me, Rob.
Man, honestly, man, it is. I would say it's parenting, but it's not. It's not always parenting, and I learned that the hard way because you can't control a lot of times what these kids do in the streets. Now, as a mentor, as a youth mentor, I try to, I definitely try to encourage the the youth to stay away from that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think curiosity kills the cat, and that's what happens. You hear about gunplay in songs, you hear about gunplay, blah, blah, blah. Somebody he knew, I guarantee you, somebody he knew got him caught up. You know what I'm saying? It probably was, definitely wasn't his gun, but he probably meant no harm. But these days, everything is a game until it goes down. You know what I'm saying?
Drop.
And till them charges drop. And I just hope that he gets a second chance, and I hope that Because first of all, the last thing they want to see is a young black man, going into definitely a D1 college, getting to the NBA, making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, but I feel like I mentored enough youth to know. You know what I'm saying? There's so many directions this could go. Because he's probably a good kid. You know what I'm saying? Bad decision. Good kid, bad decision. I don't know the kid, so I can't automatically say, "Oh, he messed up. He's a bad kid." You know what I'm saying? We all mess up. But we have to have somebody to tell us when, to think. Pretty much. Like I tell my 16-year-old, before you make any major decision, give yourself at least 5 seconds to think, because 5 seconds can mess up your whole life. You know what I'm saying? If you got a gun in your hand, like me personally, I'm thinking, what situation am I in? What's gonna happen? What's the consequence behind me shooting this dude in the face? All this stuff goes through my head in a matter of 3 to 5 seconds. You have to be able to think ahead before you make rash decisions. And I understand the youth, these young kids these days, they don't have that decision making process developed yet, and they make bad decisions before it's too late.
I don't know if I don't know on the narrative of if someone is a good person making good decisions and can make you money. I don't know if that narrative of people trying to set you up kind of goes, because because this dude has signed. I'm reading the documents. He signed a NIL for $3.4 million with Puma. So he got money. He got everything is here. NILs have changed the game. So cats literally in high school, it doesn't make them not be able to make money now. They can be making money from high school to college, in college, and then the pros. So you're literally a business. As soon as you are a recruit, you are good.
But you're still 16, 17 years old.
I understand. So then
16, 17 years old.
That means that we should then what you're stating is that we should then push back everything, because decision making for young people is null and void. They have none, and everything need to be pushed back. Because for some reason we kind of give leeway to those that are famous or have those opportunities in front of them and things of that nature, knowing that I served with a lot of 18-year-olds that made good decisions. I was there. I did that. They happen to show up to formation all the time. They happen to do those things. Like, I served with 18-year-olds in the military. So you're telling me that somebody that got mad dough and everything set up can't make a rational decision? That's what you're telling me.
If you let me talk, y'all, let me tell you, both of y'all gonna let me talk on this show today, because y'all keep over talking. No, every time I try to talk, y'all over talking. This is what I'm saying. Listen, I mentor kids right now.
Let me mute my mic.
And just because one kid makes it let's talk about it. As an E6 in the military, there's also kids that didn't make good decisions either. I sat in a courtroom in Germany with a young man for 2 counts of rape.
Yep.
He had the baddest girlfriend ever, but he decided to go out to the club and rape a chick. Same scenario. He made a terrible decision.
No, it's not.
That's in him. That's in him.
What else is going on? But continue.
Okay, what I'm saying to you is, you know what I'm saying, because I'm about to drink this damn. Hold on.
You sassy. Go and get your Stella Rosa so you can get some sassy.
Goddamn. So what I'm saying is, you have to understand that regardless of what you think about these young men, they're still kids. Kids make stupid decisions. As adults, now if I'm giving you $3 million, I'm fixing to pull you into a situation to where you're going through counseling, first of all. I'm not giving you $3 million before you go through some type of process of how to handle this $3 million. How to handle yourself accordingly, ethically or whatever. There's gotta be there's just like the NFL. They have these rules in place. You know what I'm saying? With the conduct, rules of conduct, and blah blah blah.
Policies. Yep. Because the thing is, he can lose he can lose all that stuff
and
now.
That's the same
he made
thing.
A bad decision.
Exactly. He need to know that beforehand. Now, if I sat down with this kid and said, "Hey, listen, I'm signing you to $3 million. These are my codes of conduct. Blah blah blah. If you do anything stupid, it's on you."
It is a contract. Hopefully, that's what I'm saying. Like and at this point, I feel like I understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying. There are a lot of people out there that made bad decisions, no matter what area you're in. But this is a situation where you go, all right, if you had your parents is rich, they give you a trust and say, hey, you got to work at this place for 3 years to get $50 million. And you can't do that. You can't go, I can just show up at this place and work.
A lot of people can't.
Well, then they have a personality for law, and they do not deserve to be where they're supposed to be.
It's a 16. Listen, I got a 16 in the house right now. Perfect example. I told him, I said, listen. I said, listen.
Don't overtalk him, Hayes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So, 16-year-old, I said, listen, you can have your computer, get your PlayStation, blah, 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 right? If you don't clean up behind yourself, if you don't clean your room, if your bathroom is a mess, you get everything taken away, right? Do you know how many times this kid got everything taken away? Even though he knows for a fact that if he don't clean his room, it's gonna get taken away. It's up here. It's a level of maturity that everybody don't have. Everybody can't get 3 million. Everybody ain't ready for 3 million. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't ready for that. That's like my boy just said. The reality of money is real. You know what I'm saying? Don't raise your hand because I ain't finished. So go ahead, Aaliyah. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Anytime I interject, I'll be over talking. But okay, continue, sir.
No, you good. You go ahead. I'm just playing.
I will say this. It doesn't matter if it's 3 million, 3,000, $3. At the end of the day, he's a 16-year-old kid. He still lacks the emotional and mental what's the word I'm looking for? He still lacks the emotional.
No, my bad.
No. That wine got you feeling fancy. He still lacks the emotional acuity. He still lacks the mental and emotional acuity to hold on to. It doesn't matter what the dollar amount is. Unfortunately, he's placed in a situation, and they do this. When I say they, I mean the people surrounding him. Because if I really cared about the money you was given, the contract you was given, the what's to come with all of the track that you're now on, you're going to have a life coach, you're going to have a wraparound, or you're going to have whatever that person is that's guiding you into the right direction. You're not going to be around the same people that you came up with, and it's not so much to say they not shit, but crabs in a barrel mentality. You have a gift that they don't have. So if I give you something, they think that they're automatically attached to it because we homeboys. That's my homie. No, we on a whole nother track, homeboy. You gonna have to let him go because he ain't about shit. They don't understand that. And unfortunately, the people around them, again, I don't give a shit what the dollar amount is. The people around you lack that emotional, mental, and emotional, mental, and whatever the other word is that I'm looking for that I can't come to.
You just said
they lack that stability. They lack that whole maturity. They lack that. It's just like any other topic. Like you said, you have a 16-year-old. He knows what the consequences is. He's still going to do the shit that he do. Because at the end of the day, I pay that consequence for 2 or 3 weeks. It's not permanent. They don't have that mentality that it's permanent. You lose this, you lose that, because like I know, there's people in, I don't know what game he going into, NFL, NBA, whatever. There's people in the NFL right now who's domestic violence, assault. I'm certain there's a few drug charges, gun possessions, you name it. You know what I'm saying? It has been done. The only time I feel like they ever truly gotten, where they've convicted folks was murder trial, not just accusations, but actual murder charges. Ray Caruth, who killed the pregnant girlfriend, and and a baby was born, and then was the Hernandez guy who actually was a whole assassin. Like, come on now. Like,
yeah,
he had gun charges, he had all the markers was there. And what did he have? He had people that, I don't give a shit what you do, as long as you making them scores on the football field or the basketball field or whatever field they was in. You see what I'm saying? So you can't say, oh, they should know better, they gonna have this, they gonna have, it's not that. They quite literally are giving carte blanche to do whatever.
And the people that are given that carte blanche, like you said, were the people around them. And then based on what's going on, and like Ross said, he was like, oh, I don't want to blame it on the parents. I don't want to blame it on the people around them. But it's the people around them.
Yeah, like, I said you. I ain't want to blame it on the parents, not
on the parents. So the thing is that you have a situation where it has to start somewhere. Like somewhere these, unless it is a personality trait, because there's things that be in the DNA
and a lot of times
that's personality traits. So then the situation has to be, hey, the people around him, and I would say the parents would know best. It's partially, if it's the biological parents that are right there, unless they look at themselves and know their own flaws, knowing that those things can go into the DNA. When you go like, dang, that kid act just like you, because it's in the DNA. It's a part of it. That's the situation. That's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can look at my kids right now and I know what traits that I gave them personality-wise. Not only DNA, but also them being around me. Them being around their mother. Like, I know those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to understand when to step in. Like, yeah, you want to let your kid do what they want to do, but you got to know when to step in. You got to know how to step. You got to know, like, and sometimes it's tough because,
like you said,
I understand,
but it's hard to do when
that kid.
It's really hard to do when that kid is the breadwinner for the family,
that's
exactly what's happening.
But you also have to be a situation where you got to say, you being a good person making good decisions is more important than this, and that's where that money and the situation and the money collide, because a person that's doing okay can say, no, you ain't playing basketball this year. I don't care. And I will take it away because I'm doing fine. I'm going to take it away because I know you love that and you ain't doing it no more. And then they go, oh, you can take it? Like, that's the thing that is most to me. You can take it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, it's not there anymore. And now it's like, oh, what you going to do? Like, you better, either you going to wild out and we going to fight in the street or whatever we got to do. But guess what? You're going to understand that this type of thought process is not going to be it. But if you're in a situation where you don't have the money, and you have to get the money,
your future. Your actions today will dictate your future. And if you continue to act like an ass, if you continue to act like that, this is one of these things where you so mighty, you so if football, basketball, whatever sport talent it is giving you the balls to actually go out and do whatever it is that you're doing, that like I know is like, you can't go out there and decide you're going to have a gun, waving it around and shooting it, yada yada yada. You 16, where the hell you get a gun at? You know what I mean? That's just not, because my whole thing is, or whatever, however he got it, wherever he got it from, whatever the situation was, it goes back into, you're 16 years old. The people around you created the environment for you for a gun to even be accessible to you, let alone you're 16 years old. I don't give a shit if you had 3 million or 3 million or 3,000. At the end of the day, you as a 16-year-old didn't have the folks around you to just give you a gun. Somebody somewhere created that environment. That means not only, and I don't blame the child, because at the end of the day, he's still a child. I don't blame the child. I blame the people around him. And then the people who gave you the money, because the people who gave you the money thought, this ain't going to last, but I can control you while I'm here. And because if I give you $3 million, you would think they'd be a lot more they will be a lot more invested in their investment. But they just thought you just the extra body.
I look at it like this. And I'm gonna give it to Roz after I say this. I look at it like this: the NIL and the money that they gave, they didn't really give until you know what I'm saying. I'm assuming it's not 3 million straight off the bat. I'm pretty sure that it's 3 million with payments, 3 million with stipulations, 3 million with asterisks. And as soon as you bust one of them asterisks, they get their money because it's a break-in clause. It's a break-in contract, breach of contract, things of that nature. So go ahead, Ross. We'll end this subject with you know what I'm saying, with this last statement.
Oh yeah, no. So I will say this, you know, and I want to say that being that I mentor a lot of kids, and the kids come from different backgrounds, and a lot of times you can't expect every cookie cutter, you know, every kid to be made from the same cloth, put it that way. And you and I, as good parents, we understand responsibility, right? But when you have, like somebody mentioned earlier, when you're in a situation to where you're coming from nothing, you're in the struggle, and there's somebody that has an opportunity to make it out, then, you know, so all of a sudden that's a cash cow. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know, we see it on every level of culture, that we lose control of our kids. If you don't stay on top of the game, you lose control. It's so easy to lose control of, you know, I get into this argument all the time, and it's easy to lose control if you're allowing things to fly. You know what I'm saying? If you're allowing disrespect, or if you're allowing, you know, this person, if I say clean your room, if you're allowing, okay, well, I'll do it when I feel like it. If you're allowing things to not go, let me say structured. If you're allowing things to not be structured, then that's when you're going to have an issue, because guess what? Now that kid, that 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid got money, he got control. What you going to tell him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't control you now because I'm not taking care of you. You're taking care of me. And like, you know, I think that was mentioned earlier. So, you know, and that's why I say we don't blame the parents, because I'm like, for example, my situation, 16-year-old, he got good parents. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that he's out playing with guns, but, you know, he gets into trouble, you know, and even with good parents, you know. So I can't say, you know, when they're in the streets or when they away from home, like, for example, in this house, we always know, okay, if you're going somewhere with your friend, I need to know where you're going. I need to know, and you need to be there when I come get you. This where you need to be, blah, blah, blah. Some people ain't like that. You know, like I said, I coach a lot of kids that, you know, parents don't really have that type of hold. Their parents are so worried about what they're doing in their life. You know, whatever the kid got going on, it's not really a big issue. You know what I'm saying? But we can end it on that.
And that's unfortunate that you know, people kind of get in that. But I totally understand, like, that's one of the more difficult things for parents is, you know, and I would say it's probably more difficult if you have not established those things with your children when they were young. Like, that was one thing that for sure, you know, I would say benefited myself, you know, me and my family when we're, you know, I feel my daughter and my son knew what it was from 3-4 years old. They knew what it was. It was like, oh, we don't do that. because it didn't matter. Like it didn't matter. They were getting it from me. They were getting it from her. They were getting it from Nana, the other Nana. They was getting like they knew like there was boundaries.
Whole team on board.
Yeah, it was boundaries, and everybody
takes a village.
knew that from the giddy up. So it wasn't a situation of like I never, you know what I'm saying? Like I never thought of like even in my mind, I never had a situation of like challenging my dad. Like I be seeing those sons that be like, oh, I'm gonna take my dad on. Like I'm gonna fight my dad when I got older. I was like, I never like, but no, I was like, I never, but that was never a thing that crossed my mind. Like that was just, you know what I'm saying? But then you got some kids that be
understood that's a hell no, don't try.
Your dad is a black John Wick.
But it was like it was one of those things where it was just but I never like I don't know I don't think my son ever was like, yo, I'm about to come get it, pop. You know what I'm saying? Like that never, like, never.
You know the funny thing is, like, as a sibling, I would have encouraged that just to see my brother or sister get jacked up.
Well, now that's a setup. That's a setup. That's totally different.
I wish my brother or my sister would have said, I'm about to go tell mom this, that, and the other. I would have been like, for real? That's what's up. Go ahead.
I never had that. I never had that in my bloodline. I wasn't ever feeling that.
Exactly. I get it and I understand it, and it goes back to I don't feel like it's just the way you would, nature versus nurture. I feel like a lot of us. Right. A lot of us are placed in these situations where, we seem to think that we only have either or type of options, and we don't, and unfortunately, because like I said, the folks around us, are the ones who are, the folks around us are the type who have access to things, who do things, who, they place us in these situations, and we as a people, and I don't think it's just that 16-year-old, I think it's every 16-year-old or just every black person. I feel like we as a people think because I made it, I'm now obligated to reach back. I'm now obligated to help others, no matter what the situation is. I'm now obligated to do this because they did that, and it's that's not it. You know what I mean? And I feel I feel like that comes along. It's not just a maturity thing. It does come along with the assistance of outside help. By the way, this is a plug for mental health, and go out and call some folks, talk to some folks. I will say it took a while for me in my situation, which was not that extreme. It took a while for me to understand I didn't have to hold the world together. I didn't have to be Hercules. I didn't have to be Superwoman. I did not have to help everybody because I was in a situation or a position in which, I can help you, but there's a difference between me helping you and me realizing that giving you that help comes with stipulations, or me giving you that help comes with it's a detriment to me.
Actually hinder you. Actually hinder them.
It's a detriment.
It doesn't,
to me.
The same situation of, teach a kid, teach somebody to fish or give them a fish, same type of situation. It's like, hey, you have to give them tools compared to I'm not giving them the money. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm not going to keep giving you money. I'm not going to keep giving you my time. I'm not going to keep giving you my energy, because understand there's a currency in the world that's not just paper money or physical money. You know what I mean? But giving you my time and energy, giving you my ear to listen to your plight, giving you all of these things. It's an exchange. And unfortunately, a lot of us feel like, and a lot of us are taught that you providing my basic necessities as a parent, as a guardian, as someone who is in control of me, if you will, you providing food and shelter and the opportunity for me to go play whatever sport, that was a privilege. I don't owe you shit if anything comes of it.
That's true.
A lot of folks don't know that. And then unfortunately, we are seeing a great deal of people. I think Aaron Hernandez, maybe not.
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez. That is, he was a Patriots tight end and whatnot. The one that
was he adopted?
No, I don't think so. He had like a brother or whatnot, and then he was selling, and that was happening while he was at Florida and all that stuff, and then became a Patriots tight end, and then he ended up killing some dude.
Yeah,
Regan was under the table gay, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly.
It was all type of other stuff that was going on with that guy.
It's one of those.
Moving on.
Yeah, we beat this.
We all
we
beat
the.
No, this is one of those topics that are like near and dear to my heart. This is one of those topics because you see it, and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but this is one of those things that we see it all the time. We see it all the time.
We do. And unfortunately, we'll have a topic like this that will be happening later on because somebody else is going to be doing something. So, but hopefully the young man, they're supposed to be having a trial, I think April 20th or something like that. So hopefully whatever comes of it, it comes out in a positive. The young man learns and able to move on and be successful and help out his family. And if not, and he had more to do with it, then that was a situation where he more a criminal than a basketball player. And criminals need to go where criminals go. And that's just the facts of life. You know what I'm saying? So just one of those things. Last but not least, Coachella's happening right now, guys. Have you ever been to Coachella? Music. This is a music podcast. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Life podcast type thing. But Coachella's happening right now.
Mostly.
You know what I'm saying? So they got all type of folks. I've never been to Coachella. I actually have never been to a music, like a hip hop or just total music festival. I've been to like Jazz Fest. I've been to like some other stuff, but I haven't been to like something like Coachella or some of those other South by Southwest. Haven't been to any of those type of festivals and whatnot. But they've got a hell of a rundown happening this weekend and next weekend. That's popping off Friday through Saturday. The likes of Bad Bunny, Glorilla. Look, I said it right this time. Glorilla's there. Also, the Gorillas are there. I wonder if they'll get confused when that happens with one of those groups. You got folks like Earth. What's that freaking group? Earth Gang is in there. They got Pusha T is there. They got who else is out there? Freaking Frank Ocean is there. Blackpink, y'all heard of Blackpink? Asian super band of ladies or something like that. They're like crazy popular around the world. So they got all type of folks that are out here. Hopefully you got a chance to look at the days and whatnot. My thing is, would you ever venture out to Coachella and looking at the days that's going on and the people that are there, which day would you select to hit up the Coachella? Talk to me, Aaliyah.
I ain't got no more time. This show is over.
You were like the mental health of Coachella is
honestly really into Frank Ocean and Pusha T. That's it.
They ain't on the same day though. But yeah, Frank Ocean and Pusha T would be it. You would go with the Frank Ocean or the Pusha T. Which one? Because they're on two different days. You would go both days?
Just only those 2 days. Honestly, if they were on the same day, I would pick the same day. But those would be the two people that is just like, ooh, I'm there, I'm all for it. Now if Bad Bunny is on the same day of either one of those play, it's just like I'll chill out to this until he goes off.
Yeah, Bad Bunny and Pusha T are on the same day, so you at that. Yeah,
I would definitely go that day, and then I would definitely go see Frank Ocean set.
Also on that day with Bad Bunny and Pusha T is Idris Elba DJing. You see Idris while you there too. All right, Ross, talk to me, man. Would you hit up Coachella? Would you hit that Coachella, man?
I'm on.
No, I ain't going that shit. know how much COVID is at Coachella?
Look, I can tell you right now, at Coachella, I would say COVID is not the worst thing at Coachella. I can tell you that right now.
Well, I'm saying this. So,
It is
first
not.
of all, I'm not doing stampedes, none of that shit. I'm like, fuck that.
It's not, but it's not like that though. I think with Coachella, because it's a literal wide open type thing. Your biggest thing is probably a drug overdose or an STD.
Yeah.
So
watch out for the moving tents. Watch out.
Neither one of those. Like, what the kind of shit is?
I mean,
I'm too old for that shit. Unless they got Smoker Robinson.
Smokey ain't gonna be there with his gyrating new hip. He got them new hips.
Yeah.
Like, hold up, I got these new hips on Saturday night. He be like, let me give it to you. Let me give it.
Little twist.
Yeah. Gonna be at the old folks home tomorrow, laying Ethel down, bitch.
Ethel. Come on now. Come on, Ethel.
Nah, bro. Yeah, no. I honestly ain't I wouldn't be interested, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. Meg Thee Stallion, and she gonna be there?
No.
Not this year.
She ain't on there.
Oh, okay.
I think
I seen something about
maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, but
Ice Spice
she's
is
not on there this year.
Ice Spice. Let me see if she on.
No.
I don't know if Ice Spice. I don't think Ice Spice is on there. I think the only one that's a part of that turn up twerk gang is Glorilla. Glorilla, the only one about that.
R-E-E.
You know what I'm saying out there? And
Yeah.
She ain't dealing with no fuck nigga freeze, so
yeah.
dealing with.
Well, they be having stampedes at her concerts too, bitch. I'm not going. Hell no. First of all,
they don't have stampedes. You in the middle of the desert.
Oh, hey, Lotto there. Lotto up in the building. Lotto's on the Lotto's on the Frank Ocean Day. She's on the
I will be there. I will be there.
Oh, that's a Glorilla and Lotto. Glorilla, Lotto, and Frank Ocean.
I will be there that day. So those are 2 days.
Watch that damn. You gotta take your shots when you go. It's over for you. So catch that
2 days before I be at Coachella. 2 days.
Catch that shit. Out there. It's like twerking juice.
It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be dirty.
Twerk.
Please don't say twerk juice. That's
bring your baby wipes. It's gonna be nasty.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nasty.
And your Lysol wipes. Don't do that.
Yeah. And you need a mask. You're gonna have COVID and AIDS in the same day.
I'm my M43 on them. Put the, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, put my mask on.
You need and gloves. Like this.
I got 8 seconds.
Hold my whole lot here. My whole lot here.
COVID free.
Sing it, bro.
But hey, everybody that's out there at Coachella, man, be safe. Wrap your whole body because it's dangerous out there. Like it seems scary. You know?
We're about to have another outbreak. We'll have that shit. But, it's gonna be babies and STDs everywhere. Nigga, you got gonorrhea. You say you got gonorrhea. No, that's my baby. Her name is gonorrhea.
Shut up, bro.
And I got that shit.
Shut up.
They go together. You know what I'm saying?
They go together.
And I got that shit.
I'm gonna be single the rest of my life.
You ain't got one by now.
Let it go. Yeah, that shit is out there.
Scary. That's a scary place.
It's scary. It is real scary. That's just
all right.
They said people vaginas.
So the Coachella thing, I would probably just like going to Mardi Gras. It would be a thing to go to like one time, like just to be like, oh, they wilding out here. Like this is crazy. Yeah. I would be in the grown folk area. Like there's probably like people that are like 40 to 50 years old. That's like they tents is like way on the outside. And they then just like,
you have to be a Burning Man. You have to be a Burning Man. I feel like Burning Man concert, South by Southwest, and Coachella one time in your life, and you good to go.
I feel like I gotta check it out one time and then be like, all right, cool. That's not a thing you do ever again. You just do it once and you're good. Yeah, you're good to go.
You probably won't have one time to do. You're probably gonna catch that shit. It's gonna be over.
Probably. How about? Yeah, catch it and not be able to make it to the next one. Just be like, yeah, he was supposed to be here. Like,
I didn't have sex with nobody. I got an STD.
Please stop.
Like, man, like told you not to pick up that plastic bottle. Like,
I just drank some water, bitch. This is a bottle of water. I got 2 bitches pregnant.
Like, that's dangerous right there.
Yeah. Shit.
Well,
Damn.
That right there was the most interesting news of the week we've had in a while. It went off the rails a few times, and we got it back, and then it was wild out here. So that was the news of the week. We really appreciate y'all sitting through it with us. We had a good time, and we got one more thing, like we always do. We gotta have our top almost 4. Top almost 4 is in the building. So it is my week. And this is dedicated to one that is trying to recover right now. You know what I'm saying? We get prayers up for Jaime Foxx. So I just say, hey, give me the top almost 4 Jaime Foxx movies that we got out here in these streets. And these are ones that I like. The movies that I would rewatch on a regular, maybe not necessarily his best, I don't know, but the ones that I would rewatch, and I like the characters that he played in the movie in particular. So we got some honorable mentions out here. We got honorable mentions. I really I like this character in Ali. Ali was a great movie, man. He was in there with Will Smith and whatnot. Will Smith wasn't slapping mugs. He was boxing people, acting like he was boxing people. He was really slapping niggas, but he was acting like he was boxing. So then also, hey man, he was doing this thing in Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls was legit. Played a good character in Dreamgirls. Day Shift, which is a more recent movie that was on Netflix. I actually really like that movie. That was pretty dope. He played like a vampire slayer, had Snoop Dogg in it, some other play. Yeah, it was a really good movie. It's actually like pretty dope. He played a voice character in Soul, which kind of it was a Pixar movie that he played. That was a really good movie, really enlightening, good for the kids. That was a good one. And I loved his character in Baby Driver. If you haven't seen Baby Driver, check out Baby Driver. His character in Baby Driver is fantastic. He's like the leader of the team that is doing a robbery on this whatnot, and his character is hilarious. He is freaking menacing in that as well. Like he's off the chain, like a crazy dude in that point. It's pretty legit. Yeah. So that was my honorable mentions right there. And I went, you know what I'm saying? I did a little Razim thing. I went with 3, but we're gonna throw a 4th on there real quick. So my number 4 was one of my honorable mentions. I just love the story behind this, and not necessarily of the movie, but also the making of it. Any Given Sunday, man, my man got in a fight with that was legit. Any Given Sunday was dope too. I mean, he played a quarterback. He was doing his thing. It was pretty legit. And that was probably one of the first times that he like really stepped out and people were like seeing Jaime Foxx as like, oh, this dude like an actor. Because that movie was pretty legit. And at that time, LL Cool J was kind of doing his deal, like acting wise. So both of them kind of was stepping out and becoming those actors that we see them as of right now. So Any Given Sunday is at my number 4 that for Jaime Foxx top movie. Number 3. Some people may have it higher. And this is the Academy Award winning Jaime Foxx that played Ray. Ray, fantastic movie, man. I love the movie because he showed his chops and he showed his other skill that most people didn't know, that he really was playing the daggone piano. He was really singing, and his ability to mimic and do voices. And he was pretty much Ray Charles, dog. Like if you showed that to somebody and said, hey, this is Ray Charles, you'd be like, oh, I guess that's Ray Charles. That would just be the guy. So he was fantastic, won an Academy Award for that, and it was great. Next movie, Law Abiding Citizen. That's my joint. Him and Gerard Butler in that movie was killing it. That movie was fantastic. Law Abiding Citizen. If you ain't seen it, you need to check it out because it was a pretty popular movie. Did really well. It was a fantastic movie. And number 1, I mean, probably your favorite and mine, Django. Django.
Oh, I'm gonna say
Django was my joint, dog. Django was that joint, man. He did his daggone deal in Django, man. And you know what I'm saying? It was just a wonderful Quentin Tarantino. We really
Quentin
wish history
Tarantino.
went. Really wish history went this way. Type of movie. You know what I'm saying? So Django Unchained was my top Jamie Foxx movie. Talk to me, Rajim. How you feel my list?
Your list was good. All right, I will say that.
He got a rejection.
I mean, he always. I mean,
no. I like the list.
I would have to say that I didn't say his best movies. These are movies that I like. I would rewatch. Like those are movies that I'll rewatch. He has great movies. Like Ali, I saw it one time and then I was like, all right, cool, that was good. I seen it. Like I'm straight. It was like he did a great job in it, but it wasn't like a rewatchable movie.
So I feel like it was a good list. I will say that. Mm-hmm. Players Club. He was in Players Club. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't put that on his list. I put that on Bernie Mac's list.
Yeah,
I gotta put that on Bernie Mac's list. Like I wouldn't put it on his list.
But still. You
just talking about the movie. Like you talking about the everything other than Jamie Foxx.
Hey man, you asked me a question, man. Y'all ain't let me talk today, y'all. I'm just saying. You asked me a question, and then you keep talking.
Go ahead, continue, sir.
If you want my opinion, I'm telling you.
LGI Fitness.
You know, all day. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do the commercial.
He did. He did.
So no. I actually thought it was a good list because I do like Law Abiding Citizen. Django, of course, number one. I was glad you went there with it. Ray. So I like Ray because he actually went and studied Ray. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen a documentary, I think an interview when he was talking about how he studied Ray. Like he actually got with Ray Charles and studied, who Ray Charles was or whatever. And his mannerisms, everything, man, was perfect in that movie. This kid, this dude went in. But I will. So are we just talking about only movies? Because the Jamie Foxx show was funny shit.
He did say movies. He did say Jamie Foxx movies.
How did you co-sign everything?
It's already.
I'm just saying. He gave a block of instructions. I know you're here for it.
I just asked. All I did was ask. Calm down, and read. I just asked the question.
I'm just saying. He literally said Jamie Foxx movies, but continue.
But the Jamie Foxx show, I do concur, sir. Jamie Foxx show was funny.
So if y'all let me talk, you'll realize what you're saying. It didn't have to be said. I literally just said, "Did you say movies?" And she said, "He said movies. He did say movies. Oh, he had said movies."
Sir,
okay, thank you.
I just thought maybe you ain't hearing.
I enjoy the Jamie Foxx.
If he just Stella Rose, I'm telling you, child. Them Yeti cups.
I did enjoy the Jamie Foxx show. It was fantastic.
Good list,
Continue,
man.
Sir.
Look, it was a good list, bro. I'm leaving it at that. We about to go in 2 hours.
Yeah, we're going in overtime. Aaliyah, what did you think about the list? Is there anything I should add, or you have any objections?
Yes, there was the one. Shut up. Honestly, really interesting. I never saw Ray. Never saw Ali.
How you on this show and you ain't never seen Ray? What?
First of all, I didn't see it. I don't watch a lot of television. I don't watch a lot of movies and stuff like that. I never saw. You know what I mean?
You know what?
I'll add it to the list. I'll get around to it eventually. And to be quite honest, I don't remember watching Law Abiding Citizen.
Watch it.
I have read the Django Unchained. I'm with. Any Given Sunday, I'm with. What was the one where he was with Tom Hanks? He was the taxi cab driver.
That was Collateral.
I like that one. I think that was the first time I probably really saw him as,
an actor.
You know what other movies?
But like maybe something really, really serious. And then the other movie I liked was with him, where I don't remember the name of it. It's fairly recent. It was with him and T.I. and his son got kidnapped by the mob, and he was like a dirty cop at first, but he had to figure it out to like.
Yeah. That was another Netflix joint. I'm pretty sure.
No, It was in the movies.
Really?
It was in the movies.
Let me see.
It was definitely in the movie.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. No.
The Soloist was a good movie.
Yeah, but it's not a movie that I'm trying to watch again. Are you trying to watch that again?
I haven't saw
a good movie.
You're like, nah, you ain't gonna. That's a one time.
I really haven't seen that movie, so
yeah, it was very drama. It was. There
I
wasn't a
will
lot
watch
of
it though, because I do want to watch it. I do want to watch it, but y'all do realize that if it wasn't in the book,
I mean, if you read Ray Charles' biography, it was the movie pretty much. He
doesn't
did that.
really
It was
strike me, right? But he doesn't really strike me as an interesting autobiography. Like I feel like talking about
the movie was interesting.
You did heroin. You was blind and did heroin in the 50s, and like
you made that so just like he did nothing. It was like he overcame nothing. Anybody can overcome being blind and play a piano and win Grammys and then do heroin and somehow get married. Like he was like whatever.
I mean, like Stevie Wonder did it. So
after Ray Charles,
I'm just messing.
Like wow.
But those are like the two movies I would add. Those are like one of those two movies where I was just like, in that I would never stop watching it. I would always recommend it again. Those are two movies where it's just like Jaime Foxx was like spot on, loved it. Nominated.
Collateral was good.
Collateral was real good.
Just wasn't on my rewatch.
I can't remember the name of the other movie. I really, but I know him and T.I. and Gabrielle Union was in it. She was his baby mama / wife type thing. It was like dirt. He was a dirty cop, but then his son got kidnapped by the mob or something, so he had to like rat out all the other dirty cops in it. It was a good movie.
Okay, all right. I got you. I feel you. Let me see if I can. Yeah, fantastic. Oh, I mean, he had a lot of movies that went down, and then of course all his musical attributes as well. So shout out to Jaime Foxx. Hopefully my list does you well, and it was one of the things that those are the ones that I rewatch if I feel like having a Jaime Foxx movie. I throw one of those in for a good either laugh or seeing him be able to do all the things and the talents that he has. Last but not least, if you need some assistance out there, you know what I'm saying, if this show drove you crazy, and you feel like, hey, you can't handle it no more, or you just going through things, you feel like you can't handle it no more. Hey, there's people out there that you can talk to your friends, talk to your family, they care about you. Also, if you don't have any of those, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK. 800-273-8255. We love you.
Hey, can I say one thing before we leave?
Well, say one thing, co-host.
Hey, there's no such thing as a basketball field. I just want to put that out.
Hey, if you don't get that joke, rewind, go back, and then you'll hear probably that. So it's all right to leave. It's all right. It's all right.
Them darts come back, don't they? They come back fast and shit.
I mean, it's important.
It's all good. So everybody out there, if you happen to be on a court, basketball field, a football court, a baseball diamond, a football diamond, a basketball diamond.
I've seen it many times. I don't know nothing about sports.
Here at the Ketchup Podcast, it's been a great another day. We will see y'all next week with us three ridiculously crazy folks. We'll be on this show again for some reason. We keep showing up.
Some damn reason. Yep.
We love y'all. Y'all have a great week.
Thank y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.